Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm back here with another video. Today, I'm doing a Magnum XL 200 review at Cedar Point. Magnum XL 200 was the original hypercoaster, and a lot of people say it's the coaster that started the coaster war. And I can't really say anything. This coaster, for it being built over 30 years ago, is still one of the best rides in the park, in my opinion. This ride delivers straight ejector airtime. Has a perfect setting. You run right up along the beach and right up on Lake Erie. The lift hill is really slow, but it also gives a great view of Hotel Breakers, the water park, plus Lake Erie once again. Night rides on this thing are incredible. I don't really know what more to say about it, but let's get into the review. And Magnum XL 200 is, in terms of presentation, and that it's sort of tucked away. In the queue, you can't actually really see the ride, but it's themed to, I don't know, space theme somewhat, but it's cool. Station's bland and all that, but it's also an old ride, but still very, very good. So the presentation, I wouldn't give it more than like a 5. But the overall experience is really what makes this ride so good. Like this year, it's really grown on me. Got 23 rides, maybe a little less, a little more, something like that, this year on it. And yeah, it's definitely grown on me quite a bit. It's moving up to probably about 4 or 5. I don't know if I should put it over Dragster or not, since Dragster's closed. After I ride Dragster again, if it opens again, I will determine which one should be ahead of each other. But Magnum overall is a very good ride, with the airtime hills that are shaped perfectly. It gives straight ejector. In the front, it's painful. I'm just saying, row 16 is the way to go on this ride. I've tried anything towards the front. Front row is so painful. Tried the magic seat, what everybody says, row 3. Row 3 is also extremely painful. I go row 16. That's where I like to ride. I don't know. It just seems like the sweet spot, and you still get really good airtime. And yeah, it was actually the last arrow to ever be added by Cedar Point, and probably the best to be added by Cedar Point, with second being probably Gemini. And there's really nothing that I don't like about this ride, other than it could probably be a bit smoother, but it's also 31 years old, or 32 or whatever. What more can you say about it? It was welded together. It's not like today's where they're just bolted together. This ride has some incidents. Apparently, I think on like near the beginning of a opening or whatever, the chain actually snapped. It's also been an ace landmark. Well, I could see why it started the coaster war and everything. So yeah, Magnum is probably possibly my favorite hypercoaster. Possibly, I say that because I'm not sure. Mako and that were so good, but I rode Candemonium. Mako is definitely better than Candemonium, but the turn around the Hershey Kiss Fountain is cool on Candemonium. I'll give it that. Candemonium is beautiful. So yeah, it definitely beats Magnum in terms of presentation, even though one of the gates is positioned right by Magnum. But Candemonium, the main gate, you walk in and you see the fountain with this roller coaster going around it. You could see the whole lift hill, and then the first half is just sort of goes back to the hill, back into like behind the trees and that you can't really see. And with that's where like the turnaround. But let's get back on Magnum. This was one of actually my first coasters I rode at Cedar Point. 2019, I was scared of coasters, and I finally rode all of them at Cedar Point. And Magnum was actually one of the first ones I rode. I think I actually rode Steel Vengeance the same day that I rode this, possibly. I forgot, though. Maybe I actually rode Magnum before Steel Vengeance. But overall, this ride, I've probably ridden them more, or close to more than anything, maybe other than Steel Vengeance and Maverick, because in 2019, that's all I rode was Maverick. I still love Maverick. I didn't get that many rides on it this year, but it's still one of my favorites. I still placed it number 2 in my rankings, right below Steel Vengeance. This ride, I could see it getting repainted. It's not like it needs repainted, but I think a fresh coat of paint would do it well. But it has a red and silver color scheme, what makes it really look nice. It's it's just a color scheme, but still. I don't know what else to say about Magnum other than it's an amazing ride, and I think if you go to Cedar Point, it's definitely one of the rides. And it actually just got awarded the best crew this year. What I can see that Magnum's crew is very fast. They're getting out trains. They rarely ever stack in that mid-course. So once you get out of that tunnel, that they have Fex in this year, and I think they had them for like the past 2 years or whatever, is cool. But yeah, so it's Magnum. Nothing really more. I think that's all I gotta say about this ride. It's amazing. I don't think Cedar Point should remove it unless they were to add something absolutely crazy like a RMC T-Rex, that spot. So yeah, it has the pretzel turnaround. I still believe that's the only one of its kind. And I thank you guys for watching this. Please press that like button, share this with all your friends, and press the subscribe button and post notifications on. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.